Hello. I hunt monsters, both human or not human. What does this mean? I hunt people affected by the strain. A disease that popped up in 1998. I don't know. The past 20 or so years have been rough on humanity. The strain alters cells and brainwaves, creating monsters. Or, well, real monsters. Take dragons for example. Threats 8 out of 10. People with scales basically, and no, they don't breathe fire. But they do gain a sexual pleasure from burning things or people. Real assholes. We only know of one that exists currently. They pop up on our radar from time to time, though it's always one at a time. My brother Joseph went after the dragon that's still at large. And notice I said still. That means 2 things. 1, he's still out there. And 2, Joe is dead. I watched them put him in the ground. He died because dragon jumped him. Joe had bad info. You can see why it's all snowballed from there. As for me, my name is Kyle James Bridgewell. I've put down and captured many people and monsters. Captured a chimera, killed a griffin, had sex with an alien. You know, I can't sleep knowing that I have a son with tentacles and shit somewhere out there in the universe. Oh well, the point is, I've seen some stuff. Well, not just me of course. Me and my partner in crime, Donna Fairfield. I was against having her along for the ride at first. When you see somebody like Donna so excited to slay monsters, you just want to shake your head and say, you poor child. I think getting her left ear bitten off showed her that this line of work is not for everyone. I remember sitting in my room reading an article about how the strain will save us all, or some shit. Listen, this strain stuff can be prevented if you take a vaccine for it. But if you inject it like a crackhead shoots up heroin, you will contract the strain. It's either painful or bloody. Bones crack and remold. Skin peels off. Blood boils. Brain shrinks and grows. Heart beats at the speed of sound. Or you just boom. I'm not joking here. Kaboom. Blood and guts everywhere. Enough about saying that I've seen stuff. Time to tell you about all these things in much detail. Let's start with the egg keepers. Those insectoid bastards that plant eggs in your lungs and heart. Take a week to hatch the eggs. Don't think I have to tell you why these eggs shouldn't hatch. The call came in when I was scrubbing the toilet. Damn, that thing was hard to clean. Riveting, I know. Donna poked her head into the bathroom door. Kyle, stop scrubbing. We got work. I looked at her. This thing's almost clean though. Donna sighed, and she pushed her long blonde hair behind her ears. I'll make some coffee while you're scrubbing that. And she walked out, and I heard the coffee maker start up. I'll spare most of the details about my cleaning. She made us coffee and I finished cleaning, and then we left. We met up in the mission room, of sorts I guess, we call it that. Our keeper, the one who handles medical info and jobs and that sort of thing, her name's Delilah, gave us the file on the person. Caitlin read, problem, egg keepers. She didn't think that they were a problem. It's typical. Somebody who thinks, oh hey, these aren't bad, when in hindsight, they only help you because you are the host of their eggs. Donna and I went to the armory. I picked out an M9 Beretta, and Donna took her favorite, a Foxwood 9, a laser pistol. Yes, lasers. We took a change of ammo and went to the garage which was connected to the armory. We grabbed our bike helmets and got on my bike. I'm not a motorcycle guy, but all I could say is that it could seat 2 people. I started the bike and Donna held onto my shoulders. The door went up and we were off. I obeyed traffic laws, of course. and we got to the house after about a 45-minute drive. I kicked the kickstand down on my bike and I walked up to the house. And Donna looked around. "Do you smell that?" I did smell that. It smelled like rotting meat. Donna stepped back. Donna moved behind me. I kicked the door. Kicking down doors isn't as easy as you would think. I shot the locks before kicking again. No dice. I used all my weight against it and it finally budged. The smell got so much worse. Donna covered her nose. My God. We had found Caitlin. She was in the hallway looking at us. Well, let me rephrase that actually. Her head was looking at us. Her torso and an attached leg were on the ceiling, getting eaten by an egg keeper. Donna threw up on the floor, and I almost lost it too. I pulled the gun from my holster as soon as I saw it, but Donna retching alerted it and it chittered and dropped the body. When the body hit the ground, thousands of small green egg keepers scurried out of the door. I stomped on some of them and Donna wiped her mouth. They killed and ate her? I didn't know what to say. They have never done this before. They would just knock you out, plant the eggs, and then bounce. This was new. And in this day and age, new is bad. I don't know what was wrong with me, but I just stood there staring at it with a blank face. And then a bang. The sound of Donna's gun snapped me back into reality. She shot it in between the eyes. The other egg keeper was around the bend of the hallway. As soon as Donna fired, it snaked its head around the corner, saw us, and then flew over to me. It landed on me with astounding speed. Oh yeah, something else about these assholes. They've got acid in their mouths. It will only release the acid when it bites you. And it bit my elbow. And when I say acid, I mean movie acid. You know, the melt your face off acid. The feeling of having your skin melt off the bone. It's not painful. It's freaking searing agony. For those wondering, yes, my arm was melting. I'm ambidextrous, but consider the fricker ate my gun. I shouted at Donna while holding the head back as it tried to bite. Damn it, Donna, take the shot. Donna was just standing there, shaking violently. Donna, Donna! I was failing to hold it. Donna was still shaking but raised her gun, aimed, and then shot it. The bullet went through its head and into my shoulder. I pushed it off of me. Funny thing about being shot, you don't feel it at certain times. Donna stepped over to it. She held out her hand and I took it. I pinged for backup, but are you going to even survive, Kyle? I nodded. That was a lie. I was trying to stand but had my bad leg, so Donna helped me up. I looked at the carnage. The girl that we came here to save. The egg keeper that Donna had shot first. And the egg keeper that was getting up. What? Donna, the egg keeper. Donna spun to look at it right as it threw a knife at Donna. It sunk into her shoulder. She screamed in pain and fired 3 quick shots into the freaking zombie bug. Thing had its head freaking explode. She did the same to the other egg keeper. I reached up to Donna. I was fading and fast too. Donna crouched down beside me. I grabbed the knife, but I didn't pull it out. Donna winced. Don't pull it out, I said, and I passed out. So as you can tell by reading this, I'm still alive. Getting a new body part sucks, but I'm still not out of the woods. I'll update you guys next time. It looks like Dragon showed up on our radar. We couldn't go get him because of the whole melted arm thing, you know. Okay, so what was I saying? Oh yeah. I'm Donna Courtney Fairchild, his partner in crime, or rather the stopping of crime. We share a laptop, so we both know the password. Now I'm not gonna vomit exposition into your eye holes. You know just about everything. As for our injuries, Kyle is currently getting his new arm fitted. And as for my stab wound, it's still sore, and Kyle grabbing the knife put his prints on it, alongside making a tad bit more damage than there would have been. But as for the prints, he didn't get charged or suspected because of my statement. And now time for what you all came here for. This is all about how me and Kyle had an encounter with a real monster. Name: John Ladykiller Vortac. Age: 40. Gender: male. Reason for being a target: Vortac has a recorded 14 kills on various innocents, such as a mother of 3 kids. The kids were killed as well, and 10 of our guys. Kyle views everybody at the facility as his family since his own hates him, so this pissed him off. Kyle said something like, "I'm gonna skin that asshole when I find him," when he took the job. He said it would be easy to get him. The guy was very sloppy when it came to leaving behind no trace. We would find him easily, he said. It turns out he was attending a party according to our keeper. I think Kyle said something about her in our last post. Her name's Delilah. She was able to get us passes into the party. Me and Kyle had to pick out good but not too flashy clothing. I mean, come on, it was a party. Kyle just grabbed a tuxedo and a red tie. I just grabbed a nice long blue dress. We had to fit in and be very careful, as he had killed 10 seekers so far. That's what we're called. Before I even knew it, the party was upon us. We got dressed, told Delilah that we were going, and then she said, "Have fun, you two." I chuckled nervously. I was worried about Kyle though. I was thinking about one of the things that he had told me one night. "Why did you come out here?" I asked Kyle, lighting a cigarette. Kyle stared off into the starlit night sky. I really didn't want to do too much. Parents didn't want me. I was a failed abortion, and they let me know it every day. My parents still kept me alive, maybe due to me being some sort of sick game or challenge to them, to see how far they could push me. Well, that's fun. It was so out of the blue, I was stunned. Kyle was that guy who didn't seem to open up much. "But why become a seeker?" I asked him, taking a drag of my cigarette. "I wanted to do something for this world, even if it had been so cruel to me." Kyle was the kind of guy that just kept things to himself, so this whole dishing everything to me just seemed odd, to say the least. He's also terrible with knowing the date. Pretty sure that he thought it was 12/1 our last post. Anyway, if anybody hurts anyone here, I'll kill them. You and everybody here, Donna. You guys are my family. I know you guys wouldn't do anything to hurt me," Kyle stated. "Do you love them? Your family, I mean." Kyle looked as if I had told him the stupidest thing to ever exist. He responded with a chuckle. "Those monsters can die for all I care." He jabbed me in the side with a bottle of root beer that he had pulled out of the cooler. "Now it's your turn. Come on, Donna, dish." I talked about my family fairly often, but I don't think that I ever told him. My parents weren't bad, but they weren't good. My dad had a drinking problem. Mom smoked in the house. Kyle took a sip of his root beer. "But you smoke. Why wouldn't you want that?" I took out my cigarette and I puffed out some smoke. "Not exactly." Kyle leaned back against the railing. "Peer pressure?" I scratched the place where my right ear was before I had bitten it off. A different story. "Yes and no." Kyle gave me a dubious look. "Yes and no." I made a gesture with one of my hands. "Weren't we talking about my parents?" I said, dodging the question. He knew why, he just didn't want to get right into it. But anyway, to wrap this up, my parents divorced, but my dad tried to forcibly take me. So I stayed with my mom, who smoked twice as much but kept me happy. Kyle stopped leaning against the railing. "I'm sensing a butt," Kyle said. I took a sharp inhale of cold air. "She currently has lung cancer. She doesn't have more than a month, the docs say. But I know that they're lying. She loves my stories. She always loves stories of despair, you know. Where the hero has nothing but sticks and stones to fight with." I could feel the tears starting to well up. Kyle patted my shoulder. "Easy there, Donna. You don't have to say any more if you don't want to." He finished the bottle. "I'm beat though. It was a long day." Kyle laughed. "You should go to bed too, Missy." I rubbed my eyes. He would turn into this different guy to make people happy. And damn, it worked too. "Alright, Dad. Geez, you gonna nag me all the time? I'm not much older than you, Kyle." Kyle laughed. "One seeker is good." He held out his fist. I bumped it with a 2 or better. A tab told me that we had arrived. I had fallen asleep. "We're here." He turned the car off. We weren't armed, as we had learned that the bouncers do pat-downs here. Our outfits had nowhere to store anything. We only had the best weapon anyway, our mind. We were in pretty fast. They shot us looks, but we were waved in. Kyle leaned over. "They likely know who we are, or at the very least are suspicious of us." As for the party, well, it was huge. There was food everywhere, music was pumping. People were having dance-offs. Kyle then tapped me with what was left of his right arm, or was it his left? Who cares? The point is, he handed me one of the earbuds he had brought. "If I need you, I'll radio for you on this." He put his in and I did the same. I headed to the dance floor to make myself seem as low profile as I could. Now, not to lie, I'm one hell of a dancer, and I was the winner of many a battle. As I was looking for a bathroom, a static noise got my attention. "Kyle?" There was a cracking noise from the other end. "Kyle?" "I'm fine, Donna, though I'm flattered that you are worried. I'll cut to the chase. I've got Vortac." That was easy. But the thing is, Vortac isn't his actual name, Donna. I braced myself. "What is it?" "His name is Bryce Fairwood." I was fuming. That asshole would come back to hurt me yet again, hadn't he? My dad abused me, but I never said that to Kyle. He didn't need to know. Well, speak of the devil. I don't know how he found me, but that asshole is here. I'm not scared of him, but I might get into a fight with him. You know, maybe I... Donna sends her wishes. So, it's been a bit. Donna, along with 17 seekers, were kidnapped. 3 were rescued. Donna was a part of these. They all had glazed eyes and were unresponsive, and the higher-ups had assigned their partners to helping them. To come back to reality, I guess. This meant I was trying to get Donna back onto her feet. But first, in order to understand why and who did this, we gotta finish what Donna was cut off in the middle of. I walked away from Donna as she moved on to the packed dance floor. I walked the hallways for a while before running into a guy who looked like he had tried to box with a dump truck. "Lost?" He chuckled. The guy sounded like a walking beard and looked like he didn't belong. His suit was stained with beer and he smelled like piss, and he looked not at all fancy. He was bald too. I scanned him up and down. "I'm looking for a John Vortac. You know him?" I asked. The man tapped his cane onto the floor. Yes, come." I followed. While walking, I noticed a small PS1 pocket shotgun. Now, when I was a kid, I was very good at stealing small items from people. My parents didn't give a shit, so I never stopped until I was around 18. In one quick motion, I swiped the gun from his back pocket. The dude was shifty alright, don't get mad at me. We have to pass through a special room to get to Mr. Vortac's room. I jumped when he spoke. I quickly slipped the gun into my sleeve. The safety was on, so don't worry you guys. My arm wasn't due to get erased from existence just yet. Oh, and by the way, I got my new arm and it is pretty nice. It's been shot once, but hey, Kyle's still alive, huh? Anyway, I followed the man into the room that he had spoke about. It was filled with various creatures in cages. Cannibals, rhinos, guzzlers, egg keepers, and a juggernaut. Juggernauts run at the speed of goddamn light and can break necks just because why not? They were immune to trank, so how one was in there baffled me. The man jabbed a cane towards the juggernaut. It was staring at him. You like this one? I was staring at it. No, I'm just confused. He didn't ask why. We walked to the end of the room. I looked at one of the egg keepers. It would be the asshat that took my arm in the future. I shivered. These things were gross. He knocked on the door. Come in, a voice said. The door opened and a man sat there in a chair, petting a cat. Now, it was totally a Bond-style scene. I was getting a lot of "this dude is bad news" signs from my brain. He put the cat on his desk and he pointed to the chairs. Sit, he said. I sat. Man, a few words, huh? I asked. I guess, he said. Can I assume that you are Mr. Vortac? I was met with a nod. I saw that the man had walked to his right. I stood up. The man slowly brought his hand to his back pocket. He hadn't yet noticed that his gun was gone. So I drew it. In one smooth motion, the gun slid from my sleeve into my hand, and it was pointed at John Vortac before he could do anything. What? I cut him off. My name is Kyle Bridgewell. John Vortac, you are under arrest for homicide. He just shrugged. He turned back and he picked up a picture. If you're gonna shoot me, then do it, kid. My last thought shall be one of my daughter, Donna. Or no. Your thoughts will be of her, no? My hand lowered slightly. But before he could shoot, I hit the floor. The gunshot hit the door and I bolted, but not before clicking the safety off and shooting the single-shot weapon straight at him. And let me just say, I hate buckshot. I was by the door so the shot spread. It nicked his hand and it killed his cat, and it hit his butler, servant, friend, whatever he was. He was fine, but his hand flew to his cheek. Vortac fired again, and it missed again. Your daughter? I asked. Did I say that? Oh shit. Vortac said. Bryce Fairfield, he told me. It didn't make me question the universe, but I was still intrigued. This is when Donna got the radio from me telling her Vortac was her dad. She responded calmly. It was your kill assignment, right? I stuttered. Yeah. The click told me that she had turned off the mic. I ran back through that room with all the cages and monsters just as I heard a small whimper. It was a dog. Not like a monstrous dog, but just a beagle puppy. Now I love dogs, so I took it. How you ask? I just grabbed the cage and I ran off. The cage was about the size of a small trash can. I met with Donna shortly after. Kyle, why is there a dog? Where's the bastard at? Down the hall, a smashing could be heard. Donna, we need to leave. I grabbed her arm. Kyle, we have a job to do. The door to the lobby opened and a head rolled out. Donna, you got a gun? Donna looked at me, visibly ready to throw up. Is no the right answer? Donna pushed open the door. We found the body of the head. It had various keys on it. Donna grabbed a gun off the body to her right, and I tried all the keys in the dog's cage. One finally worked. I took the dog under my arm and I ran into the blood-covered lobby. The juggernaut was out, but how did it slip past us? Bryce was standing close by with a tranq gun. He shot at me and Donna. He missed me, but he hit Donna. Donna pulled the small dart out of her arm. She had about 10 seconds and she was already fading. I had to support her in some way. I took the gun and I noticed a blue canister on it. It was shaped like a revolver. A foxhound. I fired at the juggernaut. The big thing wasn't even phased. It turned and it raised its lumpy hand. It brought it down way too close for comfort. I grabbed Donna and I made a dash for the door. And that's when I noticed Bryce. He was poking the bodies. "Nope, weak. You just let it kill you," he said as he poked the bodies with his shit-eating grin. I had a job and I was damn sure I was gonna finish it. I took aim at it. "Kyle, stop," Donna said. "Give it here." I handed it to Donna. She broke away from my arm and took aim. And she fired. I was thrown to kiss the ground by the juggernaut. I spit some blood onto the floor and he knocked out some teeth too. Sound pulsed in and out, but came back after a while. "Kyle, are you okay?" she shouted at me. "Shoot it, Donna." She looked at her dad and then at the juggernaut. She shot one shot directly at the juggernaut's eyes. She shot one hell of a shot too. That's really the only way you can kill a juggernaut. The abomination went down like a ton of bricks. She went to fire a shot at her dad but stopped. "You kill me." He slowly walked over to me in all my painful glory. He put a boot on my chest. He pointed a PS1 at my head. "He does too." I coughed. "How does that even work?" He looked so proud. Donna promptly blew his head off. I got back to my feet. "Thanks." She threw the gun to the side. "Can we go now?" I think. She fell into my arms. The dog had scampered off when I got punched. It had a small limp. It limped over to me and I picked it up and I draped it over my shoulder. Donna was draped over my other one. I walked back to our car. I buckled Donna in the passenger seat and the dog got put in her lap. And we started off for home. Me and Donna were allowed by the higher-ups to keep the beagle pup. When I say allowed, it's because seekers like me live at this dormitory where the other seekers live. It keeps us within arm's reach. Safe, useful, practical. Sup in the short version. And yes, we all know that it spells sup, it's pretty cool. We named the dog Bucket, and he's very quiet. Now for the not so good news. My parents died. Murdered. A lot of those these days. I didn't care much. If that makes me an asshole, then fine. But I will track their killer once Donna is back in action. And after some time, I eventually did. My arm was finally finished. My new arm slips over my stub pretty snugly. My arm reads my brainwaves and it's able to move through that. Yeah, it's some tacky 2099 voodoo shit, but it allows me to do my job. I had made my way back to our room and everything was torn up. Bucket was knocked out. I checked to see if he was breathing and yes he was. After making sure that he wasn't dead, I looked around. There were signs of a struggle and our laptop was open, with some drops of blood on the keys. Donna was in the middle of posting an entry when she was taken. I looked through the post before wanting to kill that bastard a second time. What I wanted to know was one thing she said. Speak of the devil, there he is. I remember Donna smoking his ass. So how in the hell did he take her? I called it in. When I called one of my buddies, Richie, up at the police station, we had this conversation.
Hello? Rich? Hey, Kyle, what do you need?
I returned to my dorm to find some blood and signs of a struggle. There was a lull. Donna? Someone took her, Rich. Damsel in distress, I see. Not the time, asshole. Not in the mood for jokes, I see. Well, you aren't the first to call. Somebody called in for Donna already? Nope. Multiple people of their partners go missing. We've had 2 squads just vanish. Odd. Odd isn't the word that I would use, but yeah, pretty damn odd. We'll find her, Kyle. You got it? The call ended. I knew that if anybody could find her, Richie could, so I put my faith in him. About a week later, he and his team pegged Bryce's operation. The Seekers were being used as test subjects. Because they were exposed to the strain for long periods of time, Bryce was using the tolerance they have for testing. We have a tolerance for the strain due to us being in contact with it for long times. I wasn't a part of the team to rescue them. Neither was I a part of the team to analyze the area that they were kept in. We know that Bryce was behind this shit show, but nobody saw him. I did start helping Donna yesterday, so instead of a transcript of helmet cams, here is my vain attempt to get my best friend back. She doesn't talk to anyone, the nurse told me. Yeah, well, she'll talk to me, I said a bit rudely. The nurse looked annoyed. Donna looked up at me with those gray glazed eyes. Is that Kyle? Donna asked hoarsely. Donna smiled at me. It's gotta be right. I told her it was. Thanks for saving us. I felt like an asshole suddenly. No, I didn't help Donna, I'm sorry, I said. She will not talk to me now. For the time being, I'm just going to try to nurse her back to talking and walking. I hope everything's okay. Rich had his gun trained on my body. Kyle, don't make me do this, man. Donna's body lay behind me, a steady pool of blood under it. I had my gun trained on him too. You remember what you said to me, right? He said. You. I shot him. Blood spurted out of his chest. Shit, he said, dropping his gun. His vest was covered in fake blood. They of course were made to do this, environmental training. We were required to do it once a month. 2 to 8 people are put onto a course with varying environments like forests, fields, and etc. Donna sat up and rubbed the back of her head. Gosh dang it, I've got this stuff in my hair, and the floor is painful and I'm gonna be pissed for an hour. Rich stared at Donna. You decided to act all dramatic about getting taken out and then stayed laying on the floor for like 15 minutes. He chuckled. We all went into the prep room and started to take off the blood vests. He took off the vest in the prep room. That's 2 for you? He asked, cocking his head. Yep, 2 for me, 1 for Donna, and Rich cut me off. Jack and shit. That's how many I've won. Donna walked over and punched him in the shoulder. You'll get one eventually, Donna said, stains of fake blood still on her t-shirt. Rich tried to push her away with a, clean up your shirt. Madonna responded by bear hugging Rich and laughing wildly. I remember thinking that these were my favorite parts of life. But if I was happy and safe, I wouldn't be on a train bound for a neighboring city with Donna's head on my shoulder. She drifting in and out of sleep and my brain going into goddamn overdrive. Our dog Bucket is still alive and well, if you're wondering. Thanks, guys. Update. Hey guys, it's me, Kyle again. I've had a shitty past couple of days. The main Seeker HQ was nuked. Well, not nuked like Kaboom nuked, but it was attacked. 50,000 people and captured strain monsters were killed. This included people close to me and Donna. Rich is fine, he was in the tropical locale at the time. But a lot of my fellow Seekers, our keeper Delilah, and Donna's mom was killed. Donna was a wreck and she still is, to be honest. but I need to be back up, so we should start to the hospital. They had transferred Donna to a normal civilian hospital because of Bryce knowing the location of everything and everybody in the HQ. Also, yes, it is Bryce, I think. One of the coroners went to go test the body for strain levels before cremating it, and it was gone. Just poof, gone. I have no clue how it left, but my money's on the strain. I'm rambling, sorry. Now, where was I? Donna was holding onto the rails trying to walk on her own. She just couldn't feel her legs. The best way to repair them was to walk around. Donna let go of the rails and took a total of 2 steps before stopping. I've got you, I said, catching her. She made a thumbs up and I helped her walk, well hop over to her wheelchair. She pointed to the door. Onward, Jeeves. I rolled my eyes. Me and Donna could not go on any missions because of Donna's leg problem, or rather problems. I couldn't go because I was helping her with said problem. We had other seekers running our missions for us. You know what happened there? I looked at her confused. What? I asked her, wheeling her down the hall. At the place, he kept us. My dad. I sighed. Oh yeah, that. She opened her mouth to begin explaining what had happened to her when my phone rang. All seeker personnel needed. The message read, Class Alpha. Alpha is basically code red. It means that there was a major breach. Me and Donna got back to the main secret HQ and we were met at the door by our commander. Yes, Donna came too. All seekers means all seekers. Now, contrary to what you received on your phones, this is not a Class Alpha. Oh neat, so I broke several speeding laws to get here, cool. We are calling this a Class Zeta, he said grimly. What's a Class Zeta, Commander? The commander sighed. It's a new classification. Zeta is above Alpha. Donna looked at me and mouthed, what the hell, which was very appropriate. The only creature deserving of this status is Bryce Fairfield, he said. How in the hell? My vision blurred and I stumbled a bit. I felt a hand on my shoulder. You good? Donna said, but she sounded distant, fading. And then some weird shit happened. Kyle, do you know where you are? I stumbled again harder. Donna sounded panicked and muffled. What kind of cryptic stuff is going on? I said. I blacked out. Now, if you're expecting I woke up in the hospital, then you're completely right. But there was no one around my bed. I was in my clothes and I got up off of the bed. The second my feet hit the clean tile floor, my hospital room became covered, like entirely covered in blood. I quelled the urge to vomit, which wasn't there. What in the hell? I got up off of the bed. A woman walked into my room. She was wearing a nurse's uniform and holding a clipboard. She had a fountain pen in her hair. Holding her. What the hell color was that? The closest thing I could put to it was gray because her hair was no color that existed in this world. I was cut off. Kyle James Bridgewell. I tensed up. Yeah, who's asking? I said, putting on my work voice. She giggled. Oh, Kyle. She looked at me. I dropped to my knees, feeling the most intense pain ever. My body felt like it was gonna rip like wet paper. And then it did. Put yourself together. I was alive? I figured out that I could wiggle my body, or rather halves of my body. I wiggled the halves of my body until the cut sides were facing each other. And then my body just zipped itself up. Rule 1, don't try to act tough in front of me, the gray-haired woman said. This is really strange. I get called to a meeting and then suddenly I'm in... Wait, where am I? I looked to the nurse. She took the pen out of her hair in her hair bun held somehow. She wrote something on her clipboard. "You're mine, Kyle." I sat back on my bed. You might want to stay as calm as possible. I was freaking out a little. My mind. If I was a betting man, I would assume this is what my mind thought was normal. Why is this normal? Kyle, your line of work is what makes your mind think it's normal. How can she read my mind? I respond to the best parts. Stop it. She laughed. Well, your secret work isn't the only thing. I looked at her quizzically. What? She nodded. Kyle, who gave birth to you? I sighed. My parents, who else? There was a tense silence. Their names? She readied her pen and clipboard. You're joking. This whole mindscape bullshit was just. She pointed her pen at me. Say the names. You know, this might work on most people, but not good old Kyle. Their names are. Come on, Kyle, not now. Wait, no, I was getting angry. Calm down, Kyle. The angrier you get, the worse it gets back in reality. I shot her a glare. What are you doing to me? And at this moment in time, you are thrashing about in your bed. The girl by your bedside has a nasty bruise now. Do you know how hard you hit, Kyle? What? I'm not doing anything. Do you remember your brother? Stop. What did you get for your 7th birthday? Stop. What were the Seekers using the strain for? Stop. I don't remember anything about Joseph. I can't remember anything before I was 19. And what is that supposed to mean? She calmly wiped something off her cheek. Define that, please. This shit about the Seekers. My voice was worn out from yelling. Oh, I'm very sorry, Kyle. My name is Dr. Gray. Dr. Gray, whatever. Dr. Gray, what's wrong with me? I sunk to my knees. The thing about the Seekers is that, well, do you remember the egg keepers? The ones that came back to life? Well, the cleanup crew took them back and converted them to a base strain level. So they turned this version of the strain into a replicate of human DNA. But this isn't the first time. 19 years ago, the first one was created. It clicked. Wait, am I? She nodded. Yes, Kyle. You are made of the strain. She walked over and tapped her fingers on my forehead. But for now, there is a problem. When you go back, look to your left and tackle the gunman. If you don't, Donna will die. There is a flash of light and then. Where the hell is he keeping the fake DNA? Donna had one eye shot because of a cut in her forehead, and her wheelchair was on the ground. I leapt out of the bed and I was on before he could pull the gun. He grunted as I wailed blow after blow on him. I drew his gun and I shot him in the neck. Kyle, Donna rasped. Yeah, it's me. Are you okay? Donna's eyes welled up in tears. I was wearing a hospital gown. I dragged Donna over to the bed. Look the other way, okay? I'm gonna take the dude's vest, helmet, and clothes. Donna looked away and I did so. He had a Beretta and a Remington 870. I took both. Everybody's dead, Kyle. Delilah, the people nearby. I picked her up onto my back. Hold on, we're getting out of here. We made way and I took out 3 people along the way. We got out and I saw the commander hiding under a desk. He aimed his pistol at me. Donna waved a hand. Stop, it's Kyle. I raised the face mask. Sir, what's going on? With me and you. It's Bryce, he found us. The Seekers who came back were chipped. We never even checked. He pulled out his wallet and stretched out his hand. Take the money, get out. Show the secret HQ out by keeping it censored for reasons, and show that to the commander. Get a house, get something. I nodded. Thank you, sir. I crouched down so Donna could grab the wallet. We will. I ran as fast as I could back to our room. Donna looked over at the huddled beagle puppy in the corner. Kyle, get Bucket too. I walked over and Bucket jumped into Donna's arms. Hold on, you two. I ran and I ran. I got into one of the cars and I had made sure to pick up a wheelchair on the way. I sat Donna in the car and I peeled out. There were some gunshots from behind, but the windows aren't bulletproof for nothing. Since then, I shed the vest and I hid the guns along the way. I stopped in various towns, bought fresh clothes, foods, and all that. We eventually got to the train station at some point. I paid for our tickets and I'm typing this in the notepad app as we speak. Bucket is whimpering in his kennel beneath the seat. More of a metro than a train, I guess. Well, today was definitely eventful, huh? She fell onto my shoulder. And that brings us to here. On a train bound for the secret HQ. Even if the world ends and nobody reads these, old Kyle will always be writing. Although I think me and Dr. Gray aren't done speaking yet.